Hey, welcome to the Not My Scene podcast, the podcast where we explore different scenes, communities, subcultures, and corners of the internet and tell you what we find. So funny.
Hey, it's 2026 and I'm saying hey differently now.
I gotta mix it up.
Hey, 2026, it's Not My
Oh,
Scene
hey.
podcast. Oh, hey.
Didn't see you there.
Oh, new year, new me. It's 2026 and we're live January 1st. This is coming out January 5th.
6th. January
6th.
6th.
Big day, auspicious
Big day. We really felt like it was important for us to put out our voices and opinions on January 6th, being that the day is like so special and important to us.
We're going to be storming the capital of your eardrums with jokes and information about niche communities.
And it's our 1-year anniversary almost. We started putting out episodes in January 2025. So thank you, Scenesters.
Woo! Happy birthday to the pod. How exciting. In 2025, we're building in the darkness. No one sees you for a year. You're grinding. You're sleeping 18 hours a day. You're waking up ground beef at 4 a.m. with tallow, ground beef cooked in tallow. You're doing push-ups. You're doing pull-ups. You're getting really pale. You are putting in work when no one knows that there's work to be seen. You are hiding. You are developing. You are growing. In 2026, we're bursting onto the scene. We are stepping into the light. We're shredded. We're going to be taking over Apple Podcasts. Yeah, they don't even have the capacity for a show with this many listeners and this dedicated of a fan base.
Apple Podcasts is building new servers to take in all of the new listeners they have.
Apple Podcasts is destroying small towns across America, building data centers to support the blockchain technology that will be required to enable audio listenership to our voices at the scale that the people demand it.
God, that's been my dream since I was a little girl, for small towns to be destroyed so that blockchain technology can be built to support my podcast.
2026 goals: Mark Ruffalo stars in an environmental thriller about the repercussions of Not My Scene in like middle America.
You know you've made it when there's a takedown about your environmental effects.
So true. A huge year for us.
What's been your scene, Kaya?
My scene has been, so I moved to Seattle like 4 days ago, and and Drew, my partner, was already living here, so I moved into a home that was pre-made, a prefab home for me. And part of the prefab home is a Peloton bike. And yeah, I've done one ride and I think it's going to change my life. Speaking of coming into 2026 hot, my legs are going to be insane by the end of this year. To hold myself accountable, I'm going to take a pic now. Actually, at the end of 2026, I'm going to post some insane statistic like 5,000 miles rode this year or something. Because what's so cool about the Peloton, if you haven't heard of it, you can watch Netflix while you ride and no one is telling you what to do, because when you're watching Netflix, you can't have like a class going.
A trainer, yeah.
Yeah, so Netflix is the class, which means that you can do as little as you want, but you're still like doing the Peloton. So you can just be like pedaling with no resistance for half an hour as you're watching like whatever it is you want to watch, maybe Popstar Academy, and then that's like you worked out and you're done. And I love it.
I feel like you're discovering something that was like discovered like 8 years ago.
Yeah, totally. Like I keep being like this, like I
Like, this is
never, it's
insane.
like,
Why aren't people doing this?
no, I'm after my first ride, I was like, I should be doing this all the time. Like, I should be eating meals watching Netflix on this bike. I should be like calling my family members on this bike. Like, you can pedal at a velocity that's so slow that it will have no impact on you physically and you can still be doing it. Like, I could be singing opera and pedaling at zero resistance on the Peloton bike at like a 1 mile an hour pace, and I'm still doing it, but I'm also doing a lot of other stuff, like using my lungs and using my voice.
I was gonna ask if you had done, if you're someone that likes to do the Cody, what's his name,
I do.
workouts. Whenever I'm at a hotel gym and they have a Peloton, I always do his rides.
Yeah, Drew's mom has one, and when we go visit them, I used to do his rides there. So I will be doing that sometimes. I'll be alternating like 4 nothing burger Netflix rides with one Cody, maybe every few.
I
He's
like
fun.
how he's like such a celeb. It's such a interesting way of becoming a celebrity that it's like a new way.
It is new because it's not like he's like a competitive athlete. Like he's not like a Serena Williams, but he is like a really famous person through his
Hmm.
physicality.
I guess it's kind of like the dance church teachers becoming famous to
Yeah.
us from
Yeah.
like the online classes.
Or like a running influencer. Do you know that girl? I think her name's Kate. She lives in New York and she used to run a lot.
No.
Like now she
No,
doesn't
but
things
like
like read poems.
I think there's lots of like fitness influencers, but I feel like he really became famous from the Peloton
Like
rides.
for the brands. And you can only access like I've
Yeah.
never watched a video of his on another platform. You can only really access him through the bike.
And I like that because he's a celebrity, like he's feeding into that by like telling us things about his life. Like he'll be like, and I'm gonna drink a bunch of tequila sodas this
Yeah,
weekend.
totally. He's like, let's hit this ride hard because I'm going to Miami first thing tomorrow morning. And I like to know that he's going
Me
to
too.
Miami.
Same.
Yeah.
I watched a Subway take today from
Mm,
Louis Theroux, you know, like the
yeah.
documentarian. And his take was so anti what you're talking about. His take was, we should destroy all gyms because
Fuck.
I'm anti ambient workouts. Like, he was like, we should,
Mm.
your working out should just be like actually doing labor that is like productive in some way. Like, you should
God,
be
I feel like if
caring.
he had told this to me a week ago, I would have been like so on board with this. He's also like, remember that video I sent you of that guy running through the woods on shrooms holding a kettlebell? Like, that's
Yeah.
kind of like a not ambient workout because he's also probably like collecting firewood on the way back or something.
Yeah, like he was like, you shouldn't be going to the gym to get on a Peloton. You should just like bike to and from work, which is like, okay, sure. And I like agree to some extent, like on a macro scale, like especially in America, you know, we don't have walkable cities most places, and instead like we have these big gyms that people like drive to get their movement in, and we have
Right.
sedentary jobs. Like ideally we'd all be getting movement in throughout our day, but like given that we don't have that, I think gyms are good.
Yeah, I also feel like it's kind of like environmentally like dependent. Like it's so dark here right now and it gets dark and cold so early and it's so nice to be able to like do some like the day is just a very limited period of
Yeah,
time. It's so
it
nice to
is.
be able to me after going on one Peloton ride. It's so nice to just be able to get on the bike at the end of the day. It's like it gives you a little taste of how exercise feels and I think it can kind of set you up to have a more active day.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I
totally.
might do the Peloton, then be like, that was fun. And then like bike. I might. This is all theoretical. Maybe in the future I might do the Peloton and then feel like biking to work after. Who knows?
Something that some people said in the comments is like a lot of the purpose of gyms is to train you to be able to do like things you want to do outside. So yeah, like even
Yeah.
if you aren't going to necessarily bike that day, like you would be in better biking shape to go on bike rides.
Yeah. I feel like Lewis or Louis?
I don't know. Maybe it's
Louis
Louis because
Theroux.
Thoreau is kind of a French last name.
It's either Louis Theroux or it's Louis Theroux. Louis Theroux, I feel like had a really big year in 2024 and he didn't really have a big year in
Wait, what was his
2025.
2024?
There was like a remix
No, that was
of
like
like
in
his
like
voice.
2021. The one that was like in a Fiat.
Yeah. That was in 2021.
It
So
was
this
like a
this
long
subway
time
take was
ago.
just like a desperate attempt at
I mean, maybe
relevancy
he's doing
going into
other stuff. I don't
2026.
know. But yeah, I
Every
didn't know
5
about
years,
him.
he emerges onto the pop culture scene. He's making a bid for 2026. The subway takes guy is kind of giving the dare. It's so interesting how so many men in the public eye right now are just wearing dark sunglasses all the time. And women, Charlie XCX.
Yeah, he is. I have lots to say about the Subway Takes guy, but I feel like I can't get into it right now.
Okay, we can talk about it another time.
Maybe another time. So, teaser for
Yeah,
another
I'm curious. I
time.
want to know.
My scene has been doing things that my inner child loves.
Yeah. Like picking your nose.
Oh, yeah. Picking my nose and eating it. Like watching Ella Enchanted and drawing
Mm.
girls in a line.
Drawing girls in a line.
This is like what my sister and I used to do when we were little was we would draw basically a lineup of girls with different outfits.
Facing front.
Yeah, very
Girls in a
two-dimensional.
conga
There's no
line.
shading.
Yeah, they're not like cubes. They're like flat.
They're
The
flat
only
Stanley.
three-dimensional thing I can draw is a cube.
Yeah.
Flat Stanley girls. Yeah, I remember seeing these drawings in the different
hmm
outfits. I want to see what you've been doing. Will you post in the Insta dump?
Maybe if I get a better pen.
Maybe if my inner child feels like going on Instagram that day.
My inner child doesn't know about Instagram.
That's fun. I love this. I think that actually we both live lives pretty connected to our inner children in
Mhm.
general. I've always felt like I feel like we're doing stuff with our inner child a lot. Like we eat a
Mhm.
lot of candy. We're always jumping into the water. We're like spending a lot of time outdoors when we have time to. We're
Doing like
laughing.
classes of like fun extracurricular things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're like having sleepovers.
Yeah. I've already talked about my scene being jumping into the water when it's cold, but Kaya and I did a polar plunge today, which was something we used to do on New Year's Eve in our youth. So that was
Mm.
also something fun for our inner children.
Mm-hmm. It was really
And
fun.
I also just want to say shout out to Ella Enchanted. It's a really good movie. I mean, I watched it as a kid, but I didn't remember it. I just remember that I liked it and that Anne Hathaway is Gorgina in it. And
I
it
remember that
was
like blue
so
and white
good.
dress, right? She has like a blue skirt
Yeah,
or
she wears
something.
like only blue in it. And
Because the
it's
girl on the
like,
front of the book wears blue too. I recently followed Gail Carson Levine on Instagram for
who
whatever
is
reason.
that?
That's the author of Ella
Oh, I don't think
Enchanted.
I ever read it.
Oh, it's so good. And she's like making new books right now.
Oh, wow.
This week,
The
instead of following
fashion.
our Instagram, follow Gail Carson Levine's Instagram. The only thing I really remember from that movie is when she does the "Can anybody
Oh,
find
yeah.
me?" and she's like lip syncing or something, or she is singing.
I think
They all
she's
have to sing.
singing. Yeah, because her whole thing is she has to do what she's told, and they told her to sing. But
Hmm.
then she has fun with it. It was literally a "don't make me sing" situation.
Having to do what I'm told, except when I'm told to sing.
Anyways, should we get to our topic?
Yes, let's get into it. And then, okay, so a little episode preview today. We're going to talk about our topic. We've got some interviews for you, and then we're going to do some 2026 predictions. So stay tuned for the end of the ep for some 2026 predictions.
Yeah. Okay, so today we're talking about pinball.
Pinheads rise.
Pinball is so fun.
It is so fun. I feel like it frustrated me as a kid because, sometimes it just goes between the flippers and there's just
Mhm.
no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like you
Yeah,
can't
like
do
there's
anything about it. And that was like yeah, it was just like, it's like, that's a hard thing for a kid,
yeah, it's
but
hard.
that's
Growing
life.
up is hard.
And that's why
Um,
I'm connecting with my inner child in 2026.
prior to this last summer, what
Mm.
was your pinball interaction?
Sure, it'll be really fast. I used to play like some pinball game on like a very early Mac computer. It wasn't that fun because it was so not tangible. You just like
It
press the
wasn't the
space
Windows
bar.
one?
Maybe it was the Windows one. It must have
'Cause
been. You have a
yeah.
better memory for this kind of thing. It was probably the Windows one. And then, yeah, I don't know. That's basically it. I feel like we didn't like grow up with a pinball machine in any friend's garage or anything like that.
Mm-mm.
And I wasn't really going to arcades. So that's about it. And then we had the experience we had this past summer that we'll talk about. What about you?
Yeah, I also mostly interacted with it on the pinball game that came with the old Windows computers. And
Mm-hmm.
I remember liking it, but it's nothing like playing a real machine, and especially an electromechanical machine. And
Woo.
I,
Electromagnetic or electromechanical? I think magnetic.
okay, I think it's electromagnetic, yeah,
Okay. Sounds
right.
cooler, like a force field.
And then, I mean, I've played a few machines prior to this last summer, and I always feel like I thought it was fun, but I didn't know like how deep it went.
Totally. I didn't know that there was like, I thought of it as like a retro or like a vintage thing. I thought that was more just like aesthetically speaking. And I didn't know that there were like these different eras of pinball machines and like different ways they could be built. I just didn't know anything. I was so naive before we went to the Den of Pin.
Yeah, but something that I think is always has always been fun about it is that you don't really need to know much. There's literally two triggers.
Yeah.
And like
Anyone can do it.
yeah, but not everyone can be a pinball wizard.
Totally. I also like I feel like I vaguely knew that there was some community around it because you'll go places, like you'll go to like Charlottesville or like Wenatchee and it will be like, and we have a pinball museum here. And you're like, why
Mm,
would I go to that? You know?
I don't think clocked that before.
There definitely are like pinball museums in random places. Like I think there's one in Oakland. So there's like I knew there was like some effort towards preserving the community, but I like didn't really understand
Yeah.
why or what it was.
And I feel like in movies that take place in prior decades, like that take place in the 50s or something, there will be scenes where someone's becomes really good at pinball. I don't know what movie I'm
Yeah.
thinking of, but I
Like
feel
it's
like I've
kind of
seen
like the
that.
retro version of it's like in the kissing booth too when Joey King there's like a lot of scenes of her becoming really good at Dance Dance Revolution
Oh,
and
that's
in like
funny.
movies from the 50s it's like that but pinball, yeah.
So then something crazy happened to the small town that we're from that we
Mhm.
got our very own pinball museum. But
Den
I
of
would
Pin
Den of
Rise.
Pin, shout out, major shout out. This whole episode is a shout out to Den of Pin.
Hmm.
And I feel like when we say museum, it doesn't really represent like what the experience is like. It is a museum in the sense that there are these beautiful old things there that like deserve to be looked at and admired, but
Hmm.
it's not like a normal museum experience. Like you can drink beer, you can just play with the things that you're also looking at. So I feel like that's honestly the ideal museum
No,
experience.
literally, like you can touch it all
Yeah.
and you can drink beers. I should say when I was talking about pinball museums before in the before times, I didn't even consider that you would be able to play on those machines. So,
Right.
and
Like
then
that's
when you're calling this a museum, I'm like, "Oh, I wonder if you can do that in the other ones too." And I never thought about that.
yeah. And I feel like before we went to Den of Pin, maybe I was a little bit judging it before trying it because I saw that it said museum. But really,
Mhm.
when you go in there, it's like such a warm, cozy, like bar vibe. And it's just so much fun to play the machines.
Yeah, it should be called like Den of Pin, best spot to vibe and have fun with your friends ever, not
Literally.
museum.
Mm-hmm.
Fun spot. Fun
Yeah.
spot Vashon, America. That's a roller coaster enthusiast throwback for all you
Callback,
scenesters,
yeah.
sisters out there.
I had been like one time before I went with you. I went with my dad and my sister, and I was like, wait, this is so fun. Oh, and with Donna. And I knew that I had to bring the squad.
Mm-hmm. And so when a bunch of us visited over the summer, we all visited Vashon and we went out for the evening there. Like that was our destination. And we had so much fun. It was like just an awesome spot. We played like hours of pinball, and I think everyone had a blast. Like it's kind of
Yeah,
it has a universal appeal, I would say.
totally. And I really also love that it's like a flat $10, so you don't get so frustrated when you lose instantly.
Mm-hmm. The other thing I would say is that it's like a really fun experience going in there because you feel like you're like taken out of time.
Hmm.
Everything is, well, we'll talk more about this in the interview, but all the machines are electromagnetic and there's no TV screens or anything. And it just like feels like you are in the, I don't know, maybe the 60s or the 70s. I was never there, but it's what I would imagine it would feel like. And it is kind of
Yeah,
like this time warp cave where you can just drink beers and play pinball and be off your phone but on your arcade game that's in front of you. Like it's kind of still screen time, but it feels different and more tangible.
yeah. I mean, it's
Um,
not. I feel like it's not screen time because they're not screens, but it gives you like the same dope. Not the same. It's probably better, but it gives you like the dopamine, and you can go with it even with a really damaged attention span, and the
yes,
hours will fly by.
it's definitely like back then it was for sure screens. Like
Hmm.
people were like, you can only play like a half hour of pinball today or whatever. I bet. And now it's
it,
so analog.
it's true. We went to even in the summer and it was great, but I feel like it's such a good winter activity. Like I feel like we need as a society we yearn for like activities that we can do inside, but the ones that are generally popular I feel like are so lame, like escape rooms or like
Yeah, or
axe
like
throwing.
axe throwing, totally. And there are some good ones, but like the good ones also can be like I think bowling is kind of like pinball, except there
Yeah,
are screens there and it also can be like really expensive. Mini
I feel
golf is
like
like kind of another example.
yeah, I feel like the only ones I fuck with are the ones that have staying power, like bowling and pinball. If you're a new entertainment, like from the last 15 years, I feel
Yeah,
like,
talk to me in 2 decades.
Yeah, like
Otherwise,
I'm
I'm
not
not
going to
interested.
the like rec room slash escape room, you
Oh
know.
my God. Yeah. Rec rooms are like, how embarrassing that we as a society like have had to, that this is something people are actually paying money for. Go to the dump.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like activities for either a first real date on Love is Blind or to do
Mm-hmm.
with your coworkers that's not just getting drinks.
Exactly. You hit the nail on the head in the rec room. That's perfect. We are done. So
Thank
true.
you.
All right. All that said, all these activities we don't like, we do like pinball. So I think we should get into it and play the interview. Could you start by telling us a little bit about how you got into pinball?
Yeah, I've always been into pinball. What got me into the electromechanical pinball specifically was um, an exercise in patience I was trying to develop for myself as a teacher. I was teaching high school science down in Portland, Oregon, and I was finding that a lot of students were getting frustrated by trying to sit and learn all these highfalutin scientific concepts that took people their entire lives to develop in an afternoon, and just expected to know it and regurgitate it. And I wanted to figure out what it would be like to achieve deeper learning. So I wanted to dive into something that I didn't know how to do so that I could keep a journal of chronicling all these like challenges and failures and triumphs, and then coming out the other end, hopefully knowing a little something about what like fluency looks like. So you can, direct things towards that end goal before you actually get there. And the first thing I did was old Volkswagen Bug. And then I moved into pinball. And I just started doing it, and it wasn't difficult for me to stay connected to it because I really liked the whole system of electromechanics, and it really spoke to me in a way that kept me engaged. So it wasn't a perfect activity for me to do. I should have picked something that I hated, but instead I picked something that I ended up loving. And I think part of it was because I could see the other end of it, and it was a working pinball game, and I loved pinball. So it also kind of helped me figure out, science isn't maybe your favorite thing, but here's the other end of it, and this is how you get there if you even give a shit at all. Maybe this helps a little bit. But I did it for a long time, and I would fix a game and then trade it for two more games that didn't work, and then fix those and then trade one for two more games that didn't work, and just kept going and going. And then I ended up picking up side work fixing other people's games in the off season. So I had summers off, I'd work on games, and it turns out there aren't very many people at all that do this work.
I was going to ask, how hard is it to find someone who can repair or build a pinball machine?
Well, it's easy because I'm right here.
Well, yeah, okay.
Easy for us.
And I'm in the phone book too, so. But I mean, there aren't a lot of people left that do this kind of thing. So, it was really easy to sort of pick up work. And then I got up here to Seattle from Portland, and the guys who had been doing this for 30, 40 years were all retiring. So there's these old, they're sweet guys, but they're kind of curmudgeon-y, and they're like, Mo, you're the new guy. You're getting all this stuff. There's going to be tons of shit you don't want, but also really good stuff. So you got to take care of the bad stuff too. And so I did. I have boxes and boxes of parts that are essential to keeping a place like this running because they don't make them anymore.
Yeah.
And so you've got to find all the machines, running or not, that you can get your hands on and sort of compile it all into a database of sorts of just surplus parts, because the things that I deal with now are different than what people who have been doing this as a business for the last 40 years have been doing. They were working on things that would break through routine use and fatigue. I'm dealing with that, but also things that are incredibly filthy that sometimes, get infested with rodents or bugs and have to go through and fix the cloth color-coded wiring to prevent shorts and things. But what I see now that those people didn't see in the past is a lot of mechanical disarticulation, things that are just breaking because they're really, really old. And so that's a new thing, and that's why these surpluses of boxes of parts are so important, because you can't just go on Amazon and order them.
Yeah.
You need a network of people who also do this, that have the parts. And that's actually kind of funny because you'll find people who have like one thing that they specialize in. Like one guy will have, like, I only have Gottlieb stepper unit motors from like 1967 to 1972. And so very specific, but like that's what they're into. And so that's the guy you call when you need something like that.
Wow.
But it's been really fun, and it's prevented me from having to commute to Seattle to work.
Yeah,
so,
that's awesome.
So actually, I told you all that stuff. That was actually the thing.
Okay,
was
cool.
the not wanting to commute.
Yeah, not having to wait in the ferry line.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about like the range of pinball machines you have here, like when they're from, and how do you collect these machines?
Yeah, absolutely. I came to the island with a majority of Gottlieb games from the 60s and 70s. They didn't make them after 1979, so we're kind of looking at everything predating them. The oldest game I currently have on the floor is from 1947, and that's the year before flippers were invented. So, yeah, that's Tornado.
Okay.
For those of you who can't see, Tornado is a wood rail game with no flippers. That's the Williams game.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was smart-assy.
No, it's good. Audio medium.
Okay, perfect. And so from 1948 to 1979 is about the range when like all this takes place. I don't dive into a lot of stuff from the 40s and barely kind of like get my, head around the stuff from the 50s because it's not as abundant, and I just find that the 60s and 70s Bally's, Williams, and Gottlieb's are like my sweet spot. That's just what I like to do, so I kind of lean more into that. But like, definitely Tornado was leaning outside of my comfort zone just in an effort to bring people something as far as a museum piece that was relevant to the chronological timeline of like pinball games.
So, is there a point where you think there will be like an end life of some of these games? Because you mentioned some of the parts are getting older and like there's not like there's new parts being made. Or do you think you could keep them going forever?
I think I can keep them going forever.
Yeah.
No, that's a great question because back in the 90s, there were people who parted out games when they just kind of looked a little scruffy. They'd be like, I don't want to fix that, part it out. And there was abundance of parts. And now that a lot of those games have been scrapped, people are trying to save everything that's left. And so some of the games that are a little more beat up are now, salvage worthy. When these things were made, no one had any idea or inkling that they were going to be around 50 or 60 years later. It was like anything else new. It's gonna be played for a year. The new thing's gonna come out, and then this is gonna get shelved, sold, broken or whatever, thrown in a garage or a barn or whatever. And so, they were never intended to be around this long anyway. So the fact that they do exist is a miracle. I mean, Tornado's 85 years old.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The rest of these are 50, 60 years old. I think that, as far as museum stuff goes, this is definitely something that deserves to be in a museum because they won't be around forever. And as they start to, as I said, disarticulate and fall apart from just oxidation, bad solder joints, wood dilapidating, moisture, things that cause them to just, lose their structural integrity, they won't be around forever. So having a place where they're getting played, which makes them happy, they like to be played, and they like to be in a controlled environment. So this is about as good as I can do to preserve them. And for however long that I'm able to keep this place open, I guess is about as long as the games will be able to survive. So me doing this and people like myself who have an inkling to, conserve this historical period of American gaming is, that's the whole thing. What can I get for you, man?
You're interrupting the interview.
Nick is a listener.
A little bit. Can I get a Rainier and an IPA?
Yeah.
You guys want anything?
Absolutely.
I'm okay, thanks. Are there pinball enthusiasts out there who will travel here to play like specific machines?
Yeah, we've had people from all over the world come in. We've had people from the Netherlands, people from Australia, people from New York, Japan, all over. Probably people that were in from other places that just didn't tell me.
Yeah.
But, we got a lot of people. There aren't many of these. This is actually the second to only one of these only electromechanical arcades in the world.
Oh, wow.
Another one just opened in Red Hook, Brooklyn.
No way.
And it was about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago maybe, but they only have 6 games.
So you were the first? Up until then, you were the only one?
And the biggest, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah, just anything pre-digital is what I do. Like really electromechanical arcades.
It's a time period thing.
Yeah.
How do those people that are traveling like find out about this place?
There's a lot of different ways. It seems like the enthusiasts just figure it out, but mostly they use different online resources to be able to travel and figure out where all the pinball's at. Like PinMap is a great resource that has all different kinds of, as you can note, he's now pulling out the pinball map to show them with his phone. And so,
Big hotspot on that.
pinball map, and then here's me, then a pin, and then you click on it, and it has all the games that are available, and it has links to the website, the hours, stuff like that.
Did you put all of that in?
But then there's, you can go to the greater Seattle area and see that there's just, a ton of places that have it. So if you're staying in a particular neighborhood in Seattle, you could go. But I've had people tell me that they've rerouted their stay in Seattle to come to the island because they wanted to come here and play.
That's
and
so
that feels really special.
Yeah, that's so cool.
But also, people that play a lot understand that this is kind of a unicorn in the world of electromechanical games, because even the biggest museum in the Pacific Northwest, the Next Level in Hillsboro, Oregon, doesn't have one single electromechanical game, and they have hundreds and hundreds of pinball machines.
Wow.
So they're just a lot of work to keep running and operational, and a lot of times when you see them out on the floor, they've been neglected for a long time, or people that work on them don't really have a lot of skill or time, mostly I think time, to be able to keep them in ship shape. So I always have, one game on deck, 2 in the office that are ready to go. So if something breaks, I cycle it out if I don't have time to fix it. And so everything that's here will work all the time, every time you come here. And I just feel like when you play a pinball machine that doesn't work properly, it's stealing money. And so I don't want people to have that experience here. I want them to just come and just have a great time and just, it's a technological decompression zone. I wanted to keep all the technology down to as minimal as possible so that people can come in and feel like you walked into a time machine. When you walk out and you lose track of time and you have to think oh my God, what time is it? What's going on? That's a magical feeling that people just don't get to experience anymore. And it used to happen all the time. And I just want this place to feel like magic. I think this island is magic, and I want this place to feel like magic, and I feel like more places should have, a focus on just wild bewilderment and amazement and magic and all that kind of stuff. And so that's my goal for this place.
That's awesome.
Do teenagers ever come here and hang out?
Yeah, no, they do. And the funny thing about teenagers is, like I said, I was a high school science teacher, so the thing about teenagers is you can't tell them to come here because then they won't want to. They have to figure it out on their own. So the ones that do come in are they're great, and they love it, and they buy T-shirts and they hang out. And a couple of the kids that come in, they wear the shirt every time they come in to play. It's so awesome. But yeah, we have a number of high school kids that come in, but they didn't flood in like the boomers thought they would. They just got to figure it out on their own. But I do remember very, very clearly the first week we were open, this young high school girl, she invited a guy out on a date. And they had a date.
Such a cute retro date.
They had sodas and they were playing pinball and hanging out.
God.
And then the mom came to pick up the guy, and then she was sitting here just playing pinball, talking for a while. And then her mom came to pick her up, and then she left. I was like, oh my God, this is so awesome.
That's so awesome.
That's how I want my daughter's first date to go.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Something right along. Are you gonna crush that?
Go crush it.
Oh, where's the crusher?
On the wall.
Yeah.
We can get a really good crush for the.
Oh yeah, wait, Drew, wait.
Say it.
What?
Crush it. And yell crush.
Crash!
Okay, cool. That's a pretty good ending.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
thank you.
much.
I really appreciate you guys taking the time to talk to me about this stuff.
This is so interesting.
Okay, love Mo. He's the best.
Shout out Mo. That was awesome. I learned so much. What a cool guy. And
Seriously.
what awesome dedication to the craft and keeping this hobby alive. It's so cool that like young kids are going in and playing and going on like first dates there now
I
too.
know, that was so adorable. And yeah, it's crazy. Like, I really didn't realize when we first came in that we were in such like a historical place, like that it's literally like the largest collection of pre-digital machines. I also really loved seeing the art on all the different machines,
Mm-hmm.
which is another aspect that is museum-like in a sense, but you do get to touch.
It's awesome. I feel like it's like the best manifestation of his love of pinball because it's been channeled into this thing where it's like it's not like he like loves it and it's precious to him and so he locks it away. It's like
Mm.
he loves it and it's precious to him and so he's like keeping it alive but making it like so widely accessible to whoever wants. I feel like if I started doing this and it, you know, of course it would take me like probably 10 years to fix an electromagnetic pinball machine myself, I would be like so overprotective and helicopter mom of I'd be like no one is touching this machine and
No,
it's
but
so
he said
cool
the
that
machines
everyone
like to
can.
be played, which
Yeah.
is fun. They like that. I feel like he needs an apprentice because I really worry that whenever he stops wanting to do this, which hopefully is not for a long time, like the machines are just gonna be kaput.
Yeah. I mean, they probably could go somewhere else in the country where there's like a pinball lever, but it would be awesome if they could stay here. We need like a
Mhm.
young, moldable science student, maybe like the boys in Stranger Things season 1 connecting with their high school science teacher. It seems like a cool thing that you could get into in high school though, so I agree. Sourcing apprenticeship applications for Mo without him asking for it.
That would be such a niche thing to get into as a high school
Mhm.
student. Your college admissions essay would be awesome.
Oh, they'd be foaming at the mouth
But
for
you
it.
wouldn't even need to go to college because you would just be taking over Den of Pin.
Right. Like the best trade there is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah.
Remember
It'd
how
be
there were all
awesome.
those like
Trade scholar.
blacksmithing
Yes.
scholarships? They should
Like
make a really
scholarships for
niche
people who
one.
want to make like horseshoes, like metal ones.
Yeah, and it was like one person in our grade that did anything like that, got all of them. They should make one specifically for fixing electromagnetic pinball machines.
Yeah, they should. If you have funds that you want, we can try to facilitate something. You can just reach out to us.
The
Notmyscenepod at
not my scene.
gmail.com. The Not My Scene Pinball Electromagnetic Restoration Scholarship of 2026. We told you this year was going to be huge.
It's like $50 so that you can go to Den of Pin 5 times. I also talked to huge fan of Pin and friend of Mo's who goes in quite a bit to play and has competed in almost all of their tournaments. So thank you to Dave, and we'll play a bit of his interview.
At 62, I used to do pinball was our main game as a youngin, way before video games all came out, and even before Pac-Man. And a couple Strawberry Fests ago, I ran into Mo, met him, and he had 10, 12 machines up there of the old classic EM, electromechanical, which are the non-digital type, and got playing on those again and fell back in love. And now I build all the trophies for the tournaments every month. It's just a lot of fun. I've only missed one in the how many has he had? Gosh, 14 tournaments now. I'll just be coming from a grocery store and just pop in there, and I hang out with them more, or we'll play some games together, or I just hang out and chat with them more than I
Yeah.
do play sometimes. Last time at the tournament before, we had groups come from off island that were in leagues. And boy, they came and just really rocked the place. It was pretty impressive to see. And then there's a board where he's got 6 or 7 different games you try to beat the high score on every week. And so that gives it a little bit of fun too. Bragging rights, there's no awards for it.
Yeah.
The tournament entry fees are minimal, and you get a trophy out of it if you win.
Have you formed any friendships through the pinball community?
Yeah, you sure do. You
Yeah.
sure do. That there's no enemies in that community. Everybody's a friend and supports everybody. Oh yeah, we heckle each other a little bit for fun, in tournament time.
Yeah.
But nobody really cares that much. I mean, there might be a couple people that are really, have to win or something, but for the most part, we're there for the entertainment and the camaraderie.
Have you ever traveled outside of the island to play?
Oh yeah, if I'm off island, I
Yeah.
don't make it. The only time I did go intentionally was at the convention in Tacoma. It's an
Oh.
annual convention that they have over there, and they bring in hundreds of machines.
Thank you so much, Dave.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Take care, and hopefully we'll see you at the den.
Awesome. Thanks, Dave. A real pinhead live on the pod.
Totally. The pinball community, at least here, does seem really sweet. And I love that people are traveling to pinball machines and people even come from overseas.
That's awesome. If you're in the greater Seattle area, go check out Den of Pin.
Hell yeah. Vashon Island, baby.
So do you think pinball could be your scene, Den?
I really enjoy it. So yeah, I'm going to say pinball could be my scene. And you know what? Maybe I'll try to be his apprentice.
Fuck, I'm losing my co-host. Is this allowed? Yarden Blousap receiving the 2026 Not My Scene Pinball Electromagnetic Restoration Scholarship? This feels like nepotism.
It feels rigged.
The Stranger Things kids are punching the air. They missed it.
Damn it. So yeah, I would like to continue. And I think that I'm going to be more on the lookout for pinball machines when I'm other places now. Like, I think most of them are digital, the ones you see around. But I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye out and definitely wanting to play, especially if they're pre-digital.
Agreed. I feel the same way.
How about you?
I think it's gonna like casually be my scene. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to kind of be a snob about like pre-digital.
Yeah.
Like I might go to Adaball and like loudly be like, on Vashon Island, there's, electromagnetic pinball machines there. But yeah, I like it. It's like really, I would say it was really not my scene before. Like we're so not gamer girls, but I like it and I want it to be more my scene. And I'm looking forward to staying connected to the community. I think it would be really funny to enter into a tournament. Very low stakes.
Yeah. I feel like it's just all reflexes.
Right, which we both like probably don't have the best. But yeah. I do think if you like suffer from a chronic video game addiction, or maybe you don't suffer, maybe you relish in a chronic video game addiction, but you're looking for ways to incorporate analog hobbies into your lifestyle, give pinball a try. Because I really think it like bridges the screen, not screen dopamine receptor, like Brit. I just think it bridges those two things like very nicely.
It's very gray area.
And we like that.
We like to live in the in between here at Not My Scene.
And that's why we're giving our 2026 scholarship to one of our hosts. All right. Speaking of 2026, let's talk predictions. We're going to do a
Okay.
few back to back predictions. And I think that we should make this an annual thing and we can come back to these predictions as the year unfolds, if any of them come true, and discuss at year end how we did.
Yes, I'm super down. Do you want to do one first?
Sure. All right. I'm going to kick us off with a prediction in a realm very familiar to us, a podcast world prediction. I'm going to say that Jake Shane of Pass the Puss Tense Up. What's his podcast called?
It's not called Pass the Puss.
Maybe it is. It's whatever. I'm going to say that Jake Shane of Octopus fame will be hosting SNL in 2026.
Oh, wow.
I know. I'm not it feels like a kind of crazy thing to say, but I can see it for him. I feel like they're trying to get young people involved again. Like a lot of the new cast is like TikTokers. So
I was gonna say, have we seen a host like him that's just like mainly a podcaster or online? And the closest I could think of is Kim Kardashian.
well, and like Shane Gillis hosted last year. He's not like Gen Z at all, but he's there's been a few more stand-up comedians
host,
lately.
but
yeah.
I feel like that would be entering a new territory for them host wise.
Oh,
but
I just thought of such a good person to host it.
Say it.
Alex Earl.
Yeah, that would also again be like really like new territory to bring in these online personalities. But I think it could be time. I could definitely see Jake Shane becoming a cast member, but he probably makes more money doing his podcast. So
he also like talks about his OCD and anxiety a lot, and I feel like I don't know if he would want to have such a high stress job. All right, done. Okay. Prediction number 1.
JoJo Siwa is gonna get either engaged or pregnant or both, and become even more trad and totally rebuke her gay past and say it was a phase. And she loves traditional gender roles.
Yeah, sad but true. That's a really good prediction, but it bums me out to hear. I look forward to like 2030 when she has the divorce, comes back out of the closet in a much bigger and bolder way in ways we can't even imagine.
Definitely.
Yeah, it all circles around.
It'll be a never-ending story with her.
And we'll be reading it.
Okay, what's your next one?
I'm going to say side parts. I think that this has been brewing, but I think that they're going to come back in a big way. Like, I think we're going to see a lot of side parts at the Oscars. I think we're going to see side bangs on some Hollywood bombshells, maybe side bangs on Margot Robbie, and like a general return to mid-2000s boho. Side bangs. Like, I don't know if we're going to see feathers in hair because that might be a little bit too like appropriative, but we're going to be seeing like boho, like tall Uggs, boho print leggings.
Yeah, I mean, like
kind of like
the
Coachella
ponchos that I've been rocking, I feel like are already
so true. That is
vein. And also like the hair tinsel that some people have.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Yarden has been doing her part to usher in boho 2026 with the ponchos, and I want to see everyone else start to step up too.
Yes. Okay.
Just like recession core fashion. Like I see that.
The middle parts have really been a long time. Also, something that I don't really get about hair parts is why aren't we changing it more on a day-to-day basis? Because that's like one thing that we can do that's like not permanent.
Right. It's like futuristic fashion.
Yeah, but like, why do we have to be so committed to like middle part for years? Like, I should do like a side part tomorrow and then back to a middle part.
I like that. Let's do it.
I
That's
kind
actually
of did
really
that in
true.
college a little bit. I experimented going back and forth.
It's like no
Um,
need to get bangs or a crazy haircut. Just flip your
yeah.
part.
And then
Yeah,
you
I
get
like
like
that.
that volume that's like from
Mm.
parting it in a new way.
Hmm. Yeah, I like that.
Okay, I'm gonna say mine that's really related to that, which
Okay.
is we're gonna start seeing a lot of skinny jeans again.
Yeah,
And I mean, this
definitely.
has been brewing, and it's like,
Winds in the east. There's a storm rolling in. Totally.
uh, and of course, I feel like goes with the Ozempic vibes that are around of
Right.
just like skinny
There's
everything.
can't show off your skinny legs unless they're tucked
Yeah,
inside a pair of
can't show
skinny
off your thigh
jeans.
gap. And like, I feel like Gabriette has been wearing skinny jeans like all year. Okay, my prediction is it's not going to be like last time skinny jeans were in, where everyone only wore skinny jeans. Like, I think we've reached a place with trends, which has been said a million times, but they move so fast that everything's in style at once, which is a lot better, I think, because it means you can still wear baggy jeans and wear skinny jeans. And it's like there's not just one style that's in.
Mm-hmm. I agree 100%. But we are going to see, yeah, we're going to see a lot of skinny jeans.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I feel like we've been trending this way for a while, obviously, but also like I feel like as a society, we've been going towards big top, tiny pants for a while. And specifically in the mini skirt and mini
Mm,
shorts, like no one is
yeah.
really wearing like baggy. Well, people are wearing baggy shorts, but there is like a big contingency. A lot of people are wearing baggy shorts. But like if you think about like Gabriette reminded me, Charlie XCX in the micro mini shorts, super tight to the
Mhm.
leg. If you imagine those shorts extending down the leg, they would be like really skinny jeans.
Yeah, yeah.
I can see Lily Rose Depp in a pair of skinny jeans and ballet flats, like
Same.
doing press in New York before her like werewolf movie comes out.
Yeah. Well, I feel like for the last 10 years, little top, big pants was like the main
Mm-hmm.
thing. So it's time that it's switched.
Which is also very early 2000s, like a very oversized sweater that goes below the butt
Mm,
with a rail thin pair of skinny jeans
yeah,
underneath.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It'll be
Okay.
interesting to see if we buy them.
Yeah. The other thing with the skinny jeans is I feel like the ones I've been seeing on celebrities, I feel like the ones I've seen have been not like tight all the way down to the ankle. They've been like I feel like the ones Gabriette wears and the ones that like the Haim sisters wear are like are more like cigarette leg. Is that the word?
Mm, yeah, I
Where
think
it's like
so.
there's a little room in the lower calf ankle
Right,
area.
which is much more comfortable. That's the worst feeling is the tightness and when the fabric kind of bunches because it's a little long for you
Hmm.
right around the ankle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not going to be seeing jeggings, I don't think.
Mm,
You think so?
I could see that. I mean, we have the rag and bone
Those
denim
sweatpants. Okay,
sweatpants.
people are gaslighting me and
I
themselves. I'm
know.
like, these do not look like jeans.
They look like jeans to me in photos, but I haven't seen them in person yet. And I
I
just
feel
cannot
like
believe that
in
they would look like
videos,
jeans in
I'm like,
person.
they look like printed jeans onto sweatpants, exactly as I would suspect.
We should go to Nordstrom or something this weekend and try them on. I'm like so curious to see them in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, cigarette pant is going to be so in
Yeah.
2026. Okay, my third one, I have a lot of options I'm looking at. I'm going to say Ella Emhoff, first daughter that could never be. cameo in a Rachel Sennett project.
Oh yeah, totally. Like
Like I
in I Love
see
LA.
like I Love LA or some other film, and maybe it won't be a Rachel Sennett project, but I could totally see her like being in some A24 something, or yeah, I Love LA.
Yeah. I think it's time. I feel like she's been coming up on my Instagram feed a lot more lately.
She's definitely like in her influencing bag right now. All right, what's yours?
Okay, I feel like this one is also kind of parallels yours where it's like, well, yeah, this could just happen. Is Zoran Mamdani guest judge on RuPaul?
Oh my god, that's so good. Yeah, that's gonna happen. That's funny. I was almost gonna say he hosts SNL, but then I was like, I think Zoran Momtani is gonna do that, but I could also see him waiting for SNL and RuPaul for his next election.
Yeah, also like I could see him not doing like this fun stuff anymore because now he's like, well, I'm actually focused on New York and getting work done. I'm not like
Yeah,
campaigning. So this
but
I
once
could
he's
be
on the
wrong and this
campaign
could
trail again,
happen.
you bet your ass he's gonna be on RuPaul.
For sure. Yeah.
Do you have any others you want to share? Should we do like a bonus one, or is that it?
I didn't have any others. I had a lot that like I was trying to form, but I couldn't get there. I was trying to think
Yeah,
of
I want to hear these.
I was trying to think of what the next food trend would be. I was thinking like because I feel like 2025 was so about salty foods like olives, martinis, like anchovies. So I'm like, are we going to switch to a different flavor palette? Like I saw one TikTok that was like, I'm a sour girl. And it was like sour foods that she loved, but it included like vinegary foods too. So it could be that, or it could be like desserts are back. Like we had I feel like in the early 2010s and it was all
Froyo.
about desserts like froyo and cupcakes and donuts, and so maybe we'll be in a dessert time again.
And there is something weird about like skinny being in, but also desserts being in.
And but I could
Bella
see it
Hadid
too.
is gonna be like eating a. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like I think that's true. Like that. There's something about really thin women
and
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 stuff like that.
they're like trying to beat the Ozempic allegations by being like, see, I still crave like
Exactly. Like
sweets.
Ariana Grande on Bon Appetit making pizza like a few weeks ago with Jonathan Bailey.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No, that's good. I'll say as a specific dish that I think is going to maybe be more popular, the westernification and appropriation of savory porridge. I think we're going to see
Like
it a lot of
congee.
like yeah, like congee. Like we're going to see that at a lot of like coffee shops and like kind of popular brunch places.
Yeah, I could see that.
Soft boiled egg. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I rapid fire a few of the
Yeah.
ones that I didn't like as much?
Mhm.
Just to see if they come true. I think Erica Kirk new relationship announced
Mm.
within the year. I don't know like conservative people enough to be able to say with who, but like with
Yeah.
someone. I think Timothy Chalamet might get like a brutal injury on set or break an arm.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Bowen Yang gets a really hot boyfriend.
Love that for him.
I wanted to pick someone specific, but I don't know his type. I feel like he's been very private about his love life in the past. No public boyfriends.
Bowen Yang dates one of the actors from Heated Rivalry.
I was gonna, well, definitely one of them is gonna come out. I feel pretty confident about.
Doesn't the guy who plays Shane doesn't he have a girlfriend?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I saw one
Shane
TikTok.
Hollander.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe the other one then. The other one really seems like he could come out. Really good actor.
Yeah.
Really
Both
compelling
of them
performance.
seem really gay.
Okay, we already kind of talked about her. Alex Earl Erewhon smoothie.
Because didn't they take the Hailey Bieber off?
They did.
So there's room for a new
There's
skinny
room.
blonde bitch.
My only hesitation with that is she doesn't live in LA, I think, right now, but like I could still see it happening. Northwest album drop, maybe.
Oh, I'd listen.
And then my last one was, okay, I kind of did my research for this one. I think Jacob Elordi is going to win Best Actor in 2027 for his 2026 performance in the new Ridley Scott movie.
Wow.
And I'm calling
Okay.
it now.
So this is an educated guess.
Watch this space.
Okay. Cool. Well, I'm excited. I think 2026 is going to be a good year. And I've had so much fun doing this pod the last year.
Me too. This has been the best thing. Like looking back at the year. Yeah, I engaged in a creative project and I got to hang out with my best friend all the time and learn about all these different niche communities that I never knew about.
Yeah, we got to explore new communities. I feel like I've connected with people who have listened to the pod, and it's like we're creating our own community.
It's awesome. So grateful for the Scenester Sisters and for you. Thank you, everyone, for listening. And watch this space for 2026.
And email it at us at notmyscenepod@gmail.com.
And if you haven't rated and subscribed and told your friends, please do it for us right now. Do it right now. Listening to our voices.
Like, so humble.
I know, that was like, I reverted into my Kamala Harris email voice. She keeps emailing me being like, please, I'm begging you, just read this quick. Like, that's the subject line.
God.
Desperate.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Cool. Thanks, guys.